Gilded or golden? Assessing progress in America following the Civil War. Gilded or golden? With Mr. Review. No fancy words, no fancy suits. Plain talk about issues you need to know. Just in time. Progress should mean that we are always changing the world to suit the vision. Progress all too often does mean that we are always changing the vision. And what is the American vision? Thomas Jefferson wrote, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." Abraham Lincoln, "A government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish." Was America progressing after the Civil War? Mark Twain labeled the late 19th century in America a Gilded Age. In his book, A Gilded Age, A Tale of Today, Mark Twain satirized American greed, corruption, excess, and inequality. For Twain, America was losing its vision. Gilded or golden? Assessing progress after the Civil War. Let's take a closer look. The late 19th century in America was characterized by industrialization, urbanization, immigration. Gilded or golden? Industrialization, advancing from an agricultural society to a manufacturing society. Gilded or golden? 19th century industrialization. New technologies meant fewer farmers could produce more food more efficiently. Farmers flocked to the cities. There, natural resources, plentiful labor, new inventions fueled industrial America. Add to that a laissez-faire government policy, let the people do as they please. The government sided on behalf of the owners. Great wealth was produced. An example would be the oil industry. John D. Rockefeller rose from poverty to amass a fortune estimated in today's dollars at a staggering $350 billion. The American dream realized. These great industrialists, captains of industry or robber barons? They built corporations, created jobs, brought about cheaper goods. Yet they concentrated wealth in the hands of a few, fought against unions, and created monopolies. Gilded or golden? These great industrialists versus labor brought about some vicious strikes. Haymarket Square riot in Chicago, 1886. The Pullman riot, Chicago, 1894. And what was the outcome? The government comes to the aid of the owners. The people were squashed. Gilded or golden? Urbanization, advancing from a rural society to an urban society? Gilded or golden? Millions of Americans and immigrants move to cities looking for a better life. Urbanization. Cities of hope, cities of doom. Jobs, opportunity, higher standard of living. Poverty, crime, unhealthy living conditions. Gilded or golden? Immigration. Advancing from a northern European society to a cosmopolitan, diverse society. Gilded or golden? Would old immigrants welcome the new immigrants? Immigration. Nativists open immigration. Immigrants brought cheap labor, lived the American dream, brought a diverse culture. Nativists who were opposed to immigrants thought immigrants threatened our culture, cost us jobs, changed our habits. Immigration. Gilded or golden? The late 19th century in America was characterized by industrialization, urbanization, immigration. Gilded or golden? Early 20th century response to the ills of the late 19th century brought about a progressive age. Progressivism. Progressivism attacked industrialization and sought to fix its ills. And how? Muckraking like Upton Sinclair's book The Jungle pointed out the ills of this industrial society. Progressive politicians pushed government to help the have-nots instead of the haves. The 16th Amendment was passed. Income tax now allows an aggressive government to police improper business behavior. Antitrust laws are passed ending monopolies and showing favor toward union workers. Progressivism. Progressivism attacked the ills of urbanization. How? Muckrakers like Jacob Riis's book How the Other Half Lives pointed out the ills of an urban society. Progressives pushed to end political corruption. Party machines that dominated the big cities are challenged. The 17th Amendment passed. Direct election of U.S. Senator allows all people, rather than merely the rich, to choose their representatives. The 19th Amendment passed. Women now allowed to vote. Politics no longer dominated by men. Progressivism. Progressivism attacked immigration and those nativists who fought against it. New political reforms give a greater voice to the new immigrants. The 18th Amendment was passed. Prohibition seeks to curb the influence of the new immigrants. The NAACP was formed to assist the advancement of African Americans. Progressivism. Assessing progress in America following the Civil War. Gilded or golden? Brought to you by Mr. Review. No fancy words, no fancy suits. Plain talk about issues you need to know. Just in time. But what about today? Progress? Progress? A government for the people? Equality for all? Today, Gilded or golden? You decide.